What is going on, everybody? Welcome in Fantasy Alarm NFL live stream. I'm your host, Howard Bender. With me, of course, Jen Piacenti. And here we go, Jen. It is week 2. And it is overreaction week. It is drama week. What are we doing here?
We're freaking out. Everybody's freaking out.
Everybody is freaking out. Why are we freaking out so much? I don't get it.
Oh, it's just so scary. You know, we made these big commitments and then they disappoint us the first week. And, you know, relationships are hard.
Relationships don't have to be work, do they?
Come on. They should. Sometimes you have to trust a little bit.
I don't know. I have trust issues. I have serious trust issues. I don't have trust issues with my team over at Fantasy Alarm. And big welcome into everybody here for week 2. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. You can catch this live stream right on the homepage of Fantasy Alarm. If you have questions, obviously you've got comment sections where you can write in questions, and Jen and I will go through all of them. If we don't get to your question here, which we usually do, or at least we try to, fantasyalarm.com. And just go to the homepage. We've got a big chat right in the front. That'll start up soon. We also have the live chat feature there at the bottom of the page. So anybody's going to answer your questions here. Do not hit me up on Twitter. I'm not answering. I got thrown into Twitter jail last night. Again, Jen. Again. You weren't with us last year. I got thrown into Twitter jail like 4 or 5 times last year. It was ridiculous.
And you didn't learn your lesson.
The people need me. The baby birds. I got to feed the baby birds.
So explain to us exactly what it takes to get thrown into Twitter jail. Like, how much do you have to tweet?
2,400 tweets in a 24-hour period. 100 tweets an hour.
Per hour. So let's give you some fantasy points for that. Like, let's imagine it's yards per attempt. It's tweets per hour. I think Howard Bender is the #1 ADP in Twitterland.
And right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if bonus points awarded for jail time?
Oh, wow. I'm playing you every week. That is so chalky.
Oh, man. Guys, bunch of news items here we have to hit. We have to talk about. Number 1, I'm hearing that Joe Mixon is in. He's going to play today. Now, I kind of felt like the ankle injury was a little worse than they were letting on to. Where are you at here now as far as Mixon versus Gio Bernard? Are you using one? Are you off them both? Where are you at?
I'm off them both. Because let's say they put Nick Mixon out there and his ankle hurts. You're going to get half from Mixon. You're going to get half from Bernard, maybe. I think there's just no reason to touch this week. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one for sure, 100%. I mean, listen, if you have to, if you don't have an alternative, which
then play
you
Mixon.
should, but if you don't, then then you have to use Mixon. I mean, it's not ideal, as we would say, not ideal. Another interesting news story here. Now, take it with a grain of salt because it's coming from Ian Rappaport. Apparently, Antonio Brown will not only be on the field, but the Patriots are going to feed him to help build his confidence and his work with the Patriots.
I'm so glad. I was so concerned about Antonio Brown's confidence level. It just seems like a really non-confident guy. So I'm glad that they're doing this ego-building experience. Thanks, Patriots.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you so much.
But actually, legit, thank you, because I own Antonio, so let's do it.
All right, well, let me ask you here. If they're going to feed AB, as they're saying, what does this do for you for using Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman?
I'm still going to use them.
Okay.
I'm not afraid.
Business as usual.
I'm going to do business as usual, just because that Miami team is kind of bleh. And I think they're going to spread out the targets still. I don't think it'll just be Antonio Brown. But we'll see. And also, if they're going to go around saying, hey, we're going to use him, how much coverage is Antonio Brown going to get? A lot. That might open up a spot for Brown or Edelman. So I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to go for it. You drafted these guys for a reason. Play him.
Jen Piacenti, everybody. Jen Piacenti. Sensible brain here. Sensible. I like this. Man. Well done. Anything else in the? I'm hearing Mark Ingram and Mark Andrews from the Ravens. Ingram was dealing with a shoulder issue, I believe. So is Andrews, actually, for that matter. But both are expected to play here, going up against Arizona, hosting Arizona.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Did you see what Hawkinson did to Arizona? Can you imagine Mark Andrews now?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I'll dig on that one, no doubt about it. Anything that you're seeing, from your end here? Any thoughts, questions, concerns that you might have with week 2 here, Jen?
Oh, just continually figuring out some of these backfields, the Damian Williams, LaShawn McCoy, the Duke Johnson, Carlos Hyde, Adrian Peterson, Chris Thompson, just watching how these things play out. I want to see David Montgomery get more time. I hope he does. So it's just more of that figuring out where all these are going to land. And that's just a matter of having a few weeks to look at it and figure out, because it is tough sometimes. You're looking at your lineups and you're like, well, I think David Montgomery is incredible, but do I play him over Matt Breida, they've told us he's going to be the starter, but, so just to get a little bit more, experience to figure out where these are going.
I like it. Good. You know what? Good mention of Matt Breida, because then we can that transitions to some of the questions that we are seeing right now. I'm over on Periscope here at the moment. Want to just say a quick shout out to @FantasiaFun. What's up, Skinny? How you doing, buddy? Let's see. In a half-point PPR, Aaron Jones, Matt Breida, James White, or Rexington Burkhead. He needs 2 of these.
Okay. I would go Jones and Breida.
Exactly. I would as well. I just, you know what? I mean, James White, Rex Burkhead could get work, might not get work.
Maybe not.
I like Sony Michel a lot here.
Me too. I have him in a lot of my cash games.
Okay, perfect. Full point PPR, Matt Breida, Marlon Mack, or T.Y. Hilton. Wow.
Ooh.
First world problems here, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd go T.Y. Hilton.
I like Hilton. Big fan. Like what's going on over there as well. Let's see. Who else we got? We're going to move over to Facebook here. Lots of people over on Facebook. Giuseppe Russo, Mixon, McCoy, Duke, or AB, PPR.
AB.
You going AB? You just pushing the chips all.
I'm just going for it. Why not? Let's just listen. How many more games is this guy even going to play? He could be suspended next week.
Right?
Right?
A big old dish of crazy right now.
Give me one good week. Come on. Let's do it. Put your helmet on. Go.
Well, it depends on which helmet you're talking about.
Exactly. I hope he gets a big enough one for his ego.
The Standard League, Matt Breida or LaShawn McCoy?
Matt Breida.
Adrian Peterson, Darren Waller, Carlos Hyde, or Corey Davis? I'll take Corey Davis off the table immediately because he sucks.
Probably, I might try Waller.
Kind of figure like Oakland's going to have to pass the ball a little bit, keep pace.
I am loving the Raiders this week. I'm playing a lot of them.
Jacobs, Tyrell Williams,
Derek Carr. I think Tyrell Williams. I think they're going to be in an offensive shootout. I think you could see a lot of stuff from them this week. So
okay, I can dig that. I can definitely dig that. Need one flex in a PPR: Larry Fitzgerald, Emmanuel Sanders, or Gio Bernard.
I'd go Emmanuel Sanders.
I would too. Like, guys, don't be afraid here. This part of the Chicago secondary. Now, first of all, this matchup between Denver and Chicago, I kind of like it. Vic Fangio, the former DC over in Chicago, now he's the head coach in Denver. One of the key things that they missed and that they lost as far as their slot corner, and they replaced with Buster Screen. No, it's Manny Sanders against Buster Screen. I'll take Manny Sanders all day long. Big Ben or Deshaun Watson? 6 points per passing touchdown.
I'm going to go Deshaun.
I kind of feel like I like Deshaun here as well. I don't mind Big Ben at home against Seattle, but Watson, come on. He's got those guys. Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen?
Ooh, Josh Allen.
I do as well. I love Josh Allen this week. I really do.
Matchup's very favorable.
Not telling my wife, all right, that I'm pushing chips in on Buffalo.
Don't do it.
Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, Aloha Riley says, hi, Jennifer. Let's go Man Smart Woman Smarter League. Us women will rock the league and show these men up. Aw.
That's right.
Thanks, Aloha Riley. Matt Breida or John Brown, flex PPR.
Ooh, let's go John Brown.
Like John Brown here as well. I think he's in a really good spot against the Giants.
Yep.
Oh, now Aloha Riley says that she loves me too, but I'm not buying that one bit. Josh Allen or Russell Wilson?
Josh Allen again.
Okay, agreed. Josh Gordon or Cooper Kupp, Standard League?
Cooper Kupp.
I love Cooper Kupp. Talk to me about these Rams receivers. How you feeling about Cooks in the quote-unquote revenge game against the Saints? Then you've got Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp.
It's such a fun, revenge game with hopefully no blind, referees. Hopefully everyone can see. And, I think Cooper Kupp also has more of a chance to get in the red zone, and I think it could be a really strong game.
I like it. I love the Rams receivers here. I've got a lot of Kupp exposure in the example lineups for sure. Damian Williams or Matt Breida? Matt Breida. Giuseppe's looking for any excuse not to play Matt Breida, I think. Or he's in like 5 leagues and he's just got nothing but Matt Breida.
I get it because I have Matt Breida and I am having the same trouble. I'm like, do I really start this guy? But yeah, I think you do. And
I'll tell you what, I like Breida the most out of this backfield. Some people are on Raheem Mostert. San Francisco just promoted Jeff Wilson from their practice squad. And anybody who remembers what that backfield looked like when Wilson came up, it definitely got a little hinky there. So Breida to me is the guy to own in that one.
And by the way, guys, I put Breida in the DFS bargains video. I think he's at a good price this week too. So you might want to consider that.
I like that a lot. That a lot. I've actually got an example lineup with that San Francisco-Cincinnati game. Because if you're going to do a stack, and I've got like a Andy Dalton, John Ross, Tyler Boyd.
Totally.
You need something to come back the other way if you think, if you want your stack to hit, you want them to keep passing, then you need something coming back the other way. Breida and Kittle, boom.
Absolutely. Love that.
Love that too. Jimmy Garoppolo, speaking of the 49ers, Jimmy Grapes or Kyler Murray?
Ooh.
Can you do that face?
No, let's.
It's the upper lip, like the fish hook upper lip thing that you got going on there.
Ooh, yeah. Making me famous. All right, let's go with Jimmy G.
Yeah. It's kind of a toss-up for me here. It really is. That Baltimore defense is really strong. It's a road game for Arizona. I mean, it's a road game for San Francisco too, but Cincinnati's defense is actually pretty suspect. Let's see. Big Ben or Russell Wilson? I'm just going to say Big Ben. I love Russell Wilson. I do.
Me too.
But Big Ben at home, I just have a real strong feeling him and Juju and Moncrief and Washington. Everybody's down on Moncrief for all his drops last week.
And again, let's not overreact. Big Ben didn't have a great game last week, but he's still Big Ben.
Right? At home, no less.
At home.
I mean, Hollywood Brown or John Brown? John Brown. Derek Carr or Kyler Murray? Derek
Carr.
Ooh. Are you going to be okay with this one?
Oh, boy.
Your boy Giuseppe,
all right.
Tyrell Williams or Antonio Brown?
That is a tough one. I would go Tyrell Williams, actually.
All right. I can't argue against that. It's going to be so hot in Miami. It's going to be sweaty and gross. Who knows?
And there's still the possibility that Antonio Brown doesn't really know the playbook, blah, 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 blah. So.
Exactly. All right, let's see. We got other questions here. In a PPR, Sony Michel or TJ Hawkinson?
Sony Michel.
I'm on Sony Michel as well.
Hawkinson had a great game, guys, but again, It's one game. I think he's going to be very good. But Sony Michel running against Miami.
Yep.
Michel.
Now, on the other hand, here it's T.J. Hawkinson or David Njoku, and now I'll take Hawkinson.
I would too. Yep.
Yeah. Fantasy Master wants to. The Red Bull's right here. It's right here. Well, 16 ounces a day.
Here's the coffee.
Yeah.
You guys realize it's a lot. We're on the West Coast, so
8 a.m. Breakfast of Champions right here. This I like to crush up some amphetamines, something like that. Just sprinkle it in there. All right, let's see. YouTube. Oh, geez, YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to ignore you over here. Let me hit you up. Oh, wow, Jen, lots of stuff here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pen and paper? You might need it.
Yes.
Not for this one right now, but here you go. Who are you going to start at the flex? LaShawn McCoy or Damian Williams?
Damian Williams.
Agreed. Good morning, Ann Dunn. How are you? Ann Dunn is in that league as well. She is not asking a question about the league, the Man Smart Women Smarter League, but she does want to know Dante Moncrief or Hollywood Brown. And then she's also got Shady McCoy versus Adrian Peterson.
Okay. I like Hollywood Brown.
Okay.
And I would go Adrian Peterson.
You like Peterson this week?
I like Thompson better. But between Shady McCoy and Adrian Peterson, I would go Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't trust McCoy's what they're using him for. I just would avoid the Kansas City backfield if I can.
If you can. All right. PPR flex here. Duke Johnson, Emmanuel Sanders, John Brown, or Adrian Peterson?
John Brown.
John Brown for me as well. Standard scoring. Kenny Golladay or Allen Robinson?
Kenny Golladay.
I agree. Man, one of these days you and I are going to have like a whopping argument here, but so far
I'm ready.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, Ponch is on the line here. What's up, Ponch? Good morning to you. Here we go on DK at flex rate in order, please. So here you go. Kerryon Johnson, Michael Gallup, Evan Engram, or James White.
Okay, we need these in order.
Yep.
That's what he wants.
That's what he
All right.
wants.
Kerryon Johnson, Michael Gallup, Evan Engram.
Or
Okay.
James White.
James White. I'm going to go in that order. Different. Kerryon Johnson, Michael Gallup, James White, Evan Engram.
Ooh, you think Buffalo's going to just zero in on Engram being the only receiver
He's the
there?
only option they have. There's no way they're not all over him.
Right? Got Benny Fowler in the dartboard this week.
Do you?
Yeah. He's like
why not?
He's like 3,500. It's crazy.
Why not?
It's crazy. All right. He also wants to know Kamara or Zeke.
Kamara
it is for me as well. Old man Tom Brady or young buck Baker Mayfield?
You know what? Let's do Baker Mayfield today, the matchup.
Really? I'm going the other way. I'm saying start Tom Brady.
I don't blame you.
It's our
not
first
a bad
fight.
call.
This is our first fight.
I'm saying relationships are hard, y'all, but see how we're working on it? We're going to work through this. We're working through it. Baker Mayfield, we're giving him a chance. He's got a favorable matchup.
I'm going to go Tom Brady against that high school Pop Warner team you've got in Miami here. And I think the Jets defense is actually pretty decent.
All right.
Baker Mayfield. How about this? Josh Gordon or Stephon Diggs?
Ooh, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs for me as well. Need one in a PPR with tight ends getting 1.5 per reception. Winner of the Ugly Flex contest. Will it be Kalen Ballage, Geronimo Allison, Cole Beasley, or Jimmy Graham?
Allison.
I like Allison too. I do. I think everybody's going to be off him as well. No doubt about it. Jeremy Frost, my shirt says Tweezer. Not Weezer. Tweezer. There you go. It's a song. Fish. Also happens to be the name of one of my dogs. There you go. See, I love when we get questions that aren't football related. It humanizes this whole experience.
Yeah, you guys send out a random question.
Love it.
What do you want to know?
Well, Ann Dunn wants to know Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott.
Ooh, that's a great question. Let's go Dak. Come on, you're asking me.
She also wants to know Phillip Rivers or Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Ann's in a lot of leagues.
I'm scared of Ann. Ann might be coming at me.
Dude, that man smart, woman smarter league, that's badass. Like, it's Ann Dunn. It's Cheyenne Bailey. It's Steph Gregory. It's you. It's my wife. It's Casey Anderson. Aloha Riley's in there. Dancing Nancy, who's one of my favorite Twitter followers, she's in there. I'm obviously forgetting somebody. I'm sorry. Oh, Erica Blackburn, who's a producer over at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. That is a badass league. There are badass women in there, and I would be afraid to be in that league.
Yeah,
no doubt.
All right.
All right. Roberto Rodriguez he was offered Aaron Rodgers and Christian Kirk for Melvin Gordon. Should I bite?
Well, do you need that? Do you need another quarterback?
That's a good question.
I mean,
his current quarterback is Cam Newton.
No, I think they're trying to bait you. I think they think that you're freaking out about Cam Newton and they're trying to, no, I know Melvin Gordon isn't playing now, but there's probably a reason why you drafted him and you think he's going to come back or you think he's really good. You know, it's really just a matter of what you need. Sure, you can do that if you need that, but just be careful. Sometimes people go shopping, you know.
Yo. People like to shop. No doubt about it. I like the advice. Let's see. Ooh. Ponch says he's not in Walmart, so he's got no interest in Benny Fowler.
Ooh, bargain bin.
Right. Can't believe I'm asking. Oh, Doug says he can't believe he's asking this question, being a same old Jets fan. Does he go Lev Bell or Miles Sanders?
I'd still go Lev Bell.
You kind of have to. MRI came out clean, no damage.
Yeah.
They're going to stack the box against them, but the Jets are going to obviously have to be somewhat creative to kind of free him from that. I feel like you got to do it. You got to do it. Unless your league gives points for ugly outfits, is it time to drop Cam Newton?
No, not yet.
How bad was that outfit the other night? Like that was worse than what Michael Irvin was wearing. And Michael Irvin, I said this the other day on the air. Michael Irvin, it looked like Steve Harvey's suit threw up on Michael Irvin.
Yeah, Michael Irvin, he's got some fashion goggles.
Something awful there. Cam Newton too. That was he looked like Mugatu from Zoolander.
I love Zoolander.
Who doesn't love Zoolander?
Who doesn't? And Dodgeball?
You know what? I was actually I'm going to admit there's somebody, oh man, who is it on Twitter and Facebook who is constantly hitting me up about the movie Heavyweights. We had a big debate about the movie Heavyweights versus the movie Meatballs. And I'm old school guy, so I went old school Meatballs, you know, late 70s, Bill Murray. I mean, it was or early 80s, like 81 or 82 maybe. So this guy has me, he's like, you got to watch Heavyweights. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'm going to watch Heavyweights. And I look and it's like, boom, all of a sudden I realize that the exact same character that's running the fat camp in Heavyweights, it's White Goodman from Dodgeball. It's the same character that Ben Stiller's doing.
I haven't seen Heavyweights, so now I'm going to have to put that on my list.
You're better off. No, you're okay.
Just watch Meatballs again, yeah.
Just watch Meatballs over and over. No doubt about it. David Montgomery or Dede Westbrook? Flex, standard league.
You probably have to go Dede Westbrook simply because we know he's going to get more playing time.
You do know he's going to get those looks. You do. It bums me out, but we do know
that. I agree. Bums me out too.
All right, let's see. Thoughts on Adrian Peterson as a daily cash game as your second RB?
You can do better than that.
Yeah, I just don't like that. Yeah, I really don't. To me, Chris Thompson's cheaper. The game flow or expected game flow puts Thompson on the field more than it does Adrian Peterson. And I got to tell you, see, here's the thing. Something that just doesn't sit right with me. Why was Adrian Peterson a healthy scratch the other day? Like last week? Why? That makes no sense whatsoever.
It says to me they were going to use Guys Thompson. So I don't know why he went from healthy scratch to starter. But I guess it's just the way that it works out with who plays the downs. I mean, who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Wendell Smallwood get mixed in there as well. And I mean, he's small and he's a pass catching back, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him get rotated in.
It's an unfortunate name to be born with.
Right?
Yeah. Poor guy.
If he were either Irish or Jewish, even worse. Giuseppe Russo, he's at it again here. Joe Mixon, LaShawn McCoy, or Puke Johnson. See, I would go McCoy here. I would actually go McCoy only because if he sees 10 to 12 touches here, I mean, it's against Oakland. I don't know what we can expect from Mixon with the ankle injury. I don't know what we can expect from Duke Johnson. But if I know that I'm going to get 10 to 12 touches from McCoy, possibly near the goal line, I'm kind of in on that.
All right, we're fighting again. I'm going Duke Johnson.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Yeah, because that Jacksonville defense let Damian Williams catch all 6 of his targets last week. He ran, I think Duke Johnson had a solid debut. I think he's going to get more time. I think it's going to be another offensively fun game for the Houston Texans. So I would go Johnson.
All right. Well, we are officially on a break now.
Okay, fine. Ross.
Tyrell Williams or Emmanuel Sanders?
Tyrell Williams.
Tyrell. John Brown or Dante Pettis? John Brown.
John Brown.
John Brown all day. All day. Hey, Cousin Jeff Howard. Cousin Jeff. Miriam says, nice shirt, Howard. Hello, Miriam. How are you? I haven't seen you since Dick's. Yeah, Colorado. Nice fishing trip. Chris Thompson or Rex Burkhead?
Chris Thompson.
Easily. All day. All day. All right, need 2 here. Josh Gordon, Michael Gallup, or Will Fuller?
Let's go Michael Gallup and Will Fuller.
Michael Gallup and Will Fuller. I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that very, very much. Let's see. Not as bad as Antonio Brown. Oh, Ponch says that no matter what Cam is wearing, it's still not as bad as Antonio Brown wearing shorts with a suit jacket. I'm not one to talk
Could be
fashion.
True. I just want to make sure that Antonio Brown isn't wearing sandals because I don't want to see that.
Nobody needs to see those feet.
No.
Nobody needs to see those feet. All right, look at that. Are we eating through questions? We're eating through questions. That's fantastic. So let's talk more about some of these games here, and let's talk about some of the lines.
All right.
Now, everybody, obviously, for DFS purposes, they jump all over those games with the high point total here. Kansas City at Oakland's 53.5. Rams, New Orleans in Los Angeles, that's 52. And then the night game, Philadelphia at Atlanta. Let's stick with the daytime here right now. Talk to me here. Rams, New Orleans, Kansas City, Oakland. You want to fish off of these as much as possible for your lineups.
Absolutely.
Who intrigues you the most? Let's start with Kansas City at Oakland. You don't want to touch the backfield. You've said that already.
Right.
So how about the wide receivers or Kelce?
Kelce for sure. Why not? Absolutely. The wide receivers, not particularly. No. I mean, you could, but I'm really more interested in the Oakland side of this.
Okay. And that's Waller,
Derek Carr, Waller, Tyrell Williams, all of whom are priced. I mean, Tyrell Williams, I don't think his price even went up after that performance. It's like $4,900. I mean, and Waller, same thing. I think he's still cheap as well. And Derek Carr doesn't cost anything. So that's the side I'd be more likely to stack.
So, all right. So then let's say you do a stack and you go Derek Carr. What about Josh Jacobs? Do you have interest in Jacobs?
I love Josh Jacobs.
Okay, so talk to me why. Because here's the funny thing is that, listen, I love Josh Jacobs as well. I'm looking at like the ownership percentages and projections over at fantasyalarm.com. You guys can just check that out. Those are under the NFL tools. So my question is for this is, where are we at as far as possible game flow? What happens if Kansas City, let's say Kansas City goes up like 21-3, right? Boom, right from the start. Is that going to be enough to take Josh Jacobs out of the game flow for you?
No, I don't think that's enough to take Josh. I think they're still going to let him run the ball. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more throwing. And that's why I would lean towards Tyrell Williams, lean towards Darren Waller. But I still think Josh Jacobs is going to get some yardage.
And he definitely gets those goal line carries. You know Gruden likes him. You know he wants to feed him the ball as much as he can.
And again, this defense, like, you can probably get through him a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Like Kansas City, no Justin Houston, no Dee Ford. Their secondary is a little weak. They changed defensive coordinators. They went from Don Sutton to, I don't know, who's the DC over there? I'll look it up. I'll find out. While I'm figuring that out, let me just remind you guys, big thanks to our sponsor here, and that's Super Draft. Our friends at Super Draft have invented a new game. It's not just easy to play, but it's also easy to win. Their X Multiplier game mode lets you choose any players without salaries and score more points than traditional daily fantasy games. Plus, right now, the overlays, huge. That means the best chance to win is right there on Super Draft. Fantasy Alarm subscribers get a special bonus. You can sign up now at fantasyalarm.com/superdraft and get a free $10 bonus with your first deposit. Start winning now with Super Draft and experience daily fantasy sports like never before. That's fantasyalarm.com/superdraft. I like it. I like it. I also like Al Williams asking me this question. David Montgomery or Adrian Peterson?
You know what? Go for Montgomery.
My girl. Yes. I'm not into Adrian Peterson. Maybe this will come back and bite me in the ass. I don't know, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Talk about your Dallas defense. Go ahead.
Oh, they're pretty good. Right?
Yeah, they are. I appreciate you sparing me the nauseating Cowboys talk. I actually had to say to Jim Bowden the other day on the phone, on the air. I was like, all right, Jim, stop listing everybody on the Dallas defense. We don't care. We're not talking IDP leagues right now. We don't need you to list every single. No, I don't care who the third backup defensive lineman is. I don't care. Yeah, anyway. Is Devonta Freeman garbage or are the Vikings for real? Freeman or David Montgomery?
The Vikings were for real. I do not think Devonta Freeman is garbage. And I'd
use him here over Montgomery.
I'd go with Freeman. Yeah. You know he's going to get more opportunities. So
exactly. 100%. 100% right there. Now, listen, I think that Montgomery sees an increase in the touches.
Me too.
No doubt about it. But Devonta Freeman is the lead back on that team. And let's face it, that Eagles defense is a little on the trashy side. Right? Am I right?
A little trashy.
Just a little trashy.
Yeah, I think the Falcons game is going to be a good one. I think we're going to get better numbers out of Julio Jones, out of Matt Ryan. I think across the board, it seemed a little disappointing for owners last week, but I think they're going to have a big rebound this week.
Yeah. By the way, trashy is always one of my favorites. And when I say it's trashy, I'm kind of thinking like, you know, the girl from the Catholic school that was down the street from my high school where like she was like sitting there with like the Marlboro Reds and she did have a tramp stamp in the in high school there. And you were like,
in high school?
I know, wow. Right? Yes. We had a saying about girls back then. You want to know what it was?
Yes, let me know.
Let's date them. Eldon Lewis needs 2 between Amari Cooper, T.Y. Hilton, and Marlon Mack.
Oh, that's a hard one. Let's go Amari Cooper and Marlon Mack.
I like that very, very much. John Brown or Jamison Crowder? John Brown.
John Brown.
Gotta be John Brown. Gio Bernard or Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones for me as well. All right. Wow. See, now the questions are flowing. I'm over to you, Periscope. Here we go. If no Mixon, Mixon is playing today. So forget all your other options. AZ Fan 84. That's our boy Scott Brooks. Great dude. Love him to death. Mixon is playing today. And I got to tell you, I think I would use Mixon over. His options are A.J. Brown, Raheem Mostert, and Demarcus Robinson, who I like as like a deep dive GPP sleeper, but not to play.
Not in this situation. Yeah, Mixon.
Alan Clark wants to know Devin Singletary or Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup.
Yep, I'm with
you. But I do
Gallup.
like Devin Singletary this week, so I hope that he has a great showing today.
I just need to see him get more consistent touches. When the coach turns around and says, well, Frank Gore's still our starter, even though Frank Gore has never started, it just makes me worry about that. All right, who's the odd man out here? Wow. Austin Eckler, Devonta Freeman, Leonard Fournette, Derrick Henry. I know, right?
Derrick Henry.
You're going to say Derrick Henry? I'm going to go with Devonta Freeman here.
Okay.
I mean, I know that I just said that the Eagles are trashy. But, I mean, Derrick Henry, I just feel like he's going to get fed the ball enough. And it's, against the Colts. Colts, I don't know. I wasn't too into them. Chargers, Eckler ran all over them last week.
That's true.
Ran all over them. So I'm looking at Derrick Henry there. Another fight. It's so adorable.
So good. We've had 3 guys. 3.
And I've won them all, just so you know.
Yet to be determined. We'll reconvene on Thursday.
Will we? Will we? Or will we just forget that this ever happened?
No, we're keeping score.
Oh, shit.
And
can I draw a mustache on you, like a beard or something, some devil horns?
Devil horns for sure.
No doubt about it. No. Dak Prescott or Drew Brees?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott, really?
I know. Again, that's probably another fight. But you expected that one because
I did. You know what though? I mean, listen, Dak's got a good he's got a good floor. I like the floor that Dak has. And you look at the Saints and the way they are, like, I don't want to underrate the passing game for the Saints here, but it's going to be I think it's going to be a very heavy Kamara type game, especially with the amount of yards that the Rams gave up last week, in their game. So
and I think Ezekiel Elliott isn't going to be all the way back this week, and they're going to keep a lot with the kind of game plan they had last week with 3 receivers out there with Gallup, Cooper, Cobb. And so, we saw him get 400 air yards last week. Like, he was passing like crazy. And I don't think that's going to change a lot this week since it worked last week. You got Kellen Moore calling it. I don't think Zeke's going to be 100% back yet. So I have a feeling this week versus the Redskins that it's a Prescott.
And let's not forget also the Rams secondary: Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, Nicole Roby-Coleman. I mean, these are good, high quality corners that you're looking at. It's kind of why I like Jared Cook a little bit this week, only because I think between the 2 outside corners and Roby-Coleman on possibly on Traquan Smith in the slot. Yeah, I think that's going to be a tight one there. Let's see. Is there any website that does daily best ball, not just season long? No, not that I'm aware of, Josh. Sorry. Standard scoring, need 2. Matt Breida, LaShawn McCoy, or Michael Gallup?
Matt Breida and Michael Gallup.
Breida and Gallup. Darren Waller or Mark Andrews at tight end today? Oof.
That's a tough one.
I see, like when you have stuff like that, I almost want to flex a tight end also.
Yeah. I think I would go with Waller simply because Mark Andrews was a little injured this week, but that's just that's just a way to coin toss it.
And again, you know that Derek Carr is going to be throwing.
Right.
Or you at least think that you assume he's going to be.
That's what we think is going to happen.
Need one from Devonta Freeman, Devin Singletary, Deshaun Jackson, or Will Fuller?
Need one?
Just one.
Deshaun Jackson.
Really going for the upside play there.
Yeah.
Going up against those suspect corners in Atlanta, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
I like it. Ponch liked your Antonio Brown and sandals comment. Gave you an LOL. Kerryon Johnson, Josh Gordon, standard league. Which one?
Kerryon Johnson.
Kerryon Johnson this just in. I love this. This coming in here, people. Are you ready for this one? I'm going to do this one live on air.
Oh, boy.
Jim Bowden wants to know Marquise Brown or Emmanuel Sanders?
Let's go Brown.
You want to go Brown?
I want to go Brown.
Jen says Brown. Boom. There you go. Let's see if he texts back. Right? Something surreal about having Jim Bowden text you, right?
I mean,
you got to take that on air. Got to take that stuff on air.
You gotta.
When last we left off, was Kerryon Johnson or Josh Gordon? Who did you say?
I said Johnson.
Kerryon Johnson, I agree with you. Sam Darnold or Mendo Bruce? He's screwing around with us. One's got mono and the other one's broken. Thanks, Mendo Bruce.
Foles and Darnold. Is that who we put?
Yeah. Appreciate you wasting our very, very, very valuable time here.
Mendo.
If it wasn't for the fact that I know Mendo Bruce is like on here regularly, then I would.
Mendo's one of our favorites, though.
Is he though? Is he?
He is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Jen's vouching for you, Mendo.
I'm vouching for you, Mendo.
Season long, Jesse Kearns wants to know Josh Gordon, this is half point PPR, Josh Gordon, Larry Fitzgerald, or Hollywood Brown?
I'm still going to go with Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon. Ponch says Freeman or Cohen, full point PPR.
Freeman.
Yes. Thoughts on Jared Goff? Well, let's see.
I think he's going to have a good game.
I think he's going to have a great game, right? Going up against the Saints. Their corners.
At home.
With the exception of Marshawn Lattimore, I mean, their corners are like Eli Apple stinks. And P.J. Williams is probably the worst slot corner this side of Buster Skrine.
Poor Buster Skrine.
Why? I hope Buster's
he's your punching
sister,
bag.
mom, daughter, family. I hope they're all watching here. Buster Skrine sucks at football.
You heard it here first, folks.
Half point. No, you probably heard it all.
No, you probably heard it for a long time now.
Probably heard it every single day you were on the field, Buster. Half point PPR need one for the flex. Kenyon Drake, Christian Kirk, or Vance McDonald?
Vance McDonald this week.
Vance for me as well. Does he leave Mixon at RB2 or does he put in Drake?
Leave Mixon.
Yeah, I agree. Singletary or Breida?
Breida.
Agreed. Look at these questions flying through. Carr or Stafford? Ooh.
It's a good question. I'm going to go Carr this week, but Matt Stafford had a great game last week. And I remember someone asked about Bryant versus Stafford, and I said, try Stafford. And you know what turned out? Stafford was the one.
Was that the one that I was wrong on that you keep seemingly bringing up every live stream we've done since?
I have, and we've only done 2 live streams since, but there's a lot more. So we can start a tally. Matt versus Matt tally.
You got 100% ownership here.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that what you're saying?
But it might be the only time I'm right, so I have to be sure.
It better not be. No, but I'll tell you what. It's kind of funny is that I was talking to a friend of mine. We were talking about that Detroit stack, and I put it. When I was dealing with the optimal lineups, the examples. It was one of the stacks that I mentioned. I mentioned a few stacks through different directions where you could go. And, what I like doing is I like trying to find the low ownership stack and then filling in the blanks around it using like Alvin Kamara or Tyrell Williams. If it's not an Oakland stack, or Tyrell's going back if I'm using a KC stack. And we were looking at that Detroit stack going up against the Chargers, whose defense has been kind of suspect. T.Y. Hilton burnt their best corner, Casey Hayward, last week. And so, I definitely am exploring Stafford with either Kenny Golladay. Well, no, Stafford and Golladay, but then in like flip-flopping between Marvin Jones and TJ Hawkinson.
I mean, I love that.
And then coming back the other way, you've got Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler.
Right.
So some very interesting stuff, to say the least.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about, putting together a GPP lineup, when I release the examples after this live stream, check out some of those stacks. Some interesting stuff there. Pittsburgh, Detroit, Kansas City, Cincinnati. That was the other one. So check it out. Was that creepy or was that really cool looking?
It was really cool.
Thank you. Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Which one? GPP primetime slate, Sunday, Monday.
I'm going to go with Deshaun.
Just good GPP upside right there. Catches that deep bomb. I like it. Mark Andrews or Vance McDonald?
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews it is. Is there another place to ask our questions? Yes, Kinder Jeff. You can hit us up here at Periscope, YouTube, or Facebook, or you can go to the Fantasy Alarm site, fantasyalarm.com, and there's a chat right there on the homepage. Boom. And you've got Matt Sells, John Impemba, Babyface Grande. You've got Sean Mitchell is in that room right now, Steve Pimental. You've got the whole Fantasy Alarm team over there. So definitely give them a shot. Seems like they're getting questions from somewhere else. Kinder Jeff, yes, that's what I just said. Yes, Jeff. Please. Come on, Jeff. Pay attention. Pay attention, buddy. What do I got here? Did I ask you? Ooh, oh, where did I go with these?
So, yeah, Jeff, to be clear, we're on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook all at once. So Howard's actually looking across all those platforms right now. And there's also the chat on Fantasy Alarm.
How many different ways can you ask your question?
So if you're in one YouTube chat and you don't see a question he's asking, it could be on any of those other sites as well.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
You're the only one who understands me, Jen.
Your multitasking is very impressive, especially for a man. That's all I'm going to say.
John Brown or Deshaun Jackson?
John Brown.
PPR. John Brown. Delaney Walker or Vance McDonald?
Vance McDonald.
I like them both. You know what? I'll flip a coin on that one there. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. Jen says Vance McDonald. I'm just going to side with Jen here. I like them both. James Conner, Leonard Fournette, or Kerryon Johnson. You got to start two.
You have all those guys? Congrats.
Right?
James Conner and Leonard Fournette.
Conner and Fournette. I like it. Yeah, listen, I mean, again, we don't know about the usage rate of Kerryon Johnson here. I like Kerryon Johnson as a runner.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
But until Patricia and Bevel actually commit to giving this dude 20 touches, it's very, very hard to determine what's going on. John Brown or John Ross?
John Brown.
Phillip Rivers or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
There you go. Kevin Reidenbach. That's his questions there, a pair of them. Darren Waller or Chris Thompson in the flex on DK.
Oh, Chris Thompson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Waller.
All right,
we're fighting again. We're
fighting
again. This is so
it was a good question. It was a good question.
Yeah, I mean, it's 13-team tournament with his friends, so I feel like Waller is more of like the chalkier kind of pick with the higher floor. Considering that, I mean, Chris Thompson should be on the field a ton, but I feel like Waller might have the better staying power. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Standard League flex spot. Here you go. Kenny Golladay, Puke Johnson. I know you love him. Aaron Jones or Tyrell Williams? To me, it comes down to Kenny and Tyrell.
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 I like Tyrell.
Ann wants to know, how much weight do you guys put on a quarterback wide receiver stack in seasonal when deciding between two QBs? I don't put any.
Not that much at all.
Yeah, I don't put anywhere. It's a 2 QB league. I'm just using my best players, no matter what. Best matchup.
I mean, that's the thing about seasonal. Again, when we draft, we're looking at the average for the seasons. We're thinking about what they're going to give us over the course of the season. And in DFS, you're looking at what are they going to give me today? So if there's a favorable matchup, then you want to stack those guys. But as far as over the course of the season, there's really no reason to say, hey, because I'm always playing Matt Ryan, I have to always play Julio Jones. I mean, you probably should, but that was probably a terrible example. But
no, but I mean, it's.
But you know what I mean.
I mean, if you're talking about, if you're talking about deciding between Derek Carr and Josh Allen, and you've got Tyrell Williams, does that flip you towards Derek Carr, or can you get away with Josh Allen? And in that case, I actually might lean towards Josh Allen.
Josh Allen and Tyrell Williams. Yeah, absolutely.
For the same token, if it's Josh Allen and Derek Carr, and I'm looking at John Brown, I'm still on Josh Allen because I just, it's not necessarily has anything to do with the wide receiver. I'm with you. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Oh, here's your buddy Mendo Bruce. Here's your favorite. Wants to know if he's crazy to start Tyrell Williams over Stephon Diggs.
No, you're not crazy.
Not crazy. Bears defense or Niners defense?
I'd still go Bears defense.
Me too. Mitch Trubisky or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Tyrell Williams or Alshon Jeffrey?
Tyrell Williams.
Look at you. All right. John. Oh, I got that one already. How about Tyler Boyd or Malcolm Brown? Oh, is it? Yeah. I mean, well, here we go. So it's Tyler Boyd. San Marcos, you got to let us know. M. Brown, or is that Malcolm Brown? Is that Marquise
Brown? If it's Tyler Boyd, he's probably talking about Marquise Brown, right?
I would like to think so, yeah. And if that's the case, I'm leaning Tyler Boyd all the way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I definitely Tyler Boyd. I think there's another. That's a perfect example of another guy who just didn't have a great first game, and people are like, "Oh well, he must suck." I don't get that. Yep. San Marcos confirming that it is Marquise Hollywood Brown on that one, and I am all in on Tyler Boyd. I'm all in on Tyler Boyd. Oh, Kinder Jeff says he's scared. Don't be scared.
Sometimes we're all scared.
He's scared that Mixon will not play the whole game. Would you play Chris Thompson or Malcolm Brown instead?
I would play. Yes, I would. I'm also scared that Joe Mixon won't play the whole game. So yes, I would probably play Chris Thompson.
Yeah, there you go. Throw Thompson in. No sense in being scared, Jeff. Listen, the bottom line is that if you don't feel comfortable with a play, then you just don't play it. Like that's. This is your team. This is this isn't my team.
True.
It's not Jen's team. If you don't feel comfortable with a play, go with what you feel good about here. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, so be it.
I agree. I think we put too much stress on what is the right play, and sometimes you just got to make an emotional play. Like, this is how I feel, this is what I want to do, and that's what makes it fun. And I think actually that's how you end up winning. You take a few chances and you follow your gut. So if you're scared of Mixon, I don't blame you. Don't play him.
Yeah, 100%. If you don't feel comfortable about it, you don't feel good about it, don't do it. Simple as that.
Sometimes there's a sixth sense.
Let's see. Ann Dunn wants to know anything notable in actives today. Let's go take a look. I'm gonna go take a look right now over at the inactives. Weekly inactives.
Do we know
right
about
there.
Mike Williams?
What's that?
Do we know about Mike Williams yet?
Mike Williams is active today.
He is active.
So here we go. Let me run through these real quick. Some notable inactives. Chargers-Lions game, Michael Badgley, that stupid kicker. Did you know I had him in like almost every league and he's hurt? What a chump. Hunter Henry, we know, is out. Over on the Lions side, nobody of any major consequence that we know. What do we got? Colts, Titans. Again, nobody. Jabal Sheard, defensive lineman for the Colts, he's out. Kevin Pamphile, the guard for the Titans, he's out again. Dallas against Washington, Tavon Austin officially ruled out. Who's gonna be running back punts for you guys?
I don't know.
Taco Charlton also out. Who's gonna be making tacos?
Juan.
Jordan Reed officially inactive for Washington. Get yourself a little Vernon Davis today, huh?
Why not?
Why not? I mean, how about what happened to Dallas to what Evan Engram did to Dallas last week? And he was pretty much the only receiver also for the longest time because Sterling Shepard ended up concussed.
Right.
And so, Dallas gave up, I think it was like 16 targets over to Evan Engram, over 120 yards allowed at the position. And it's the same situation here. They're really, Terry McLaurin, Trey Quinn, these aren't be-all, end-all receivers here. So give me some Vernon Davis in that matchup. Seattle, Pittsburgh. David Moore officially out for Seattle. Ziggy Ansah, he's not playing either. Over for the Steelers, nobody that is going to matter to you. Vikings, Packers. Nope. Again, Mackenzie Alexander's out for Minnesota. Packers, nobody major. Bills, Giants. What do we got here? Tyler Kroft still inactive for the New York Football Giants. Sterling Shepard officially inactive today, guys. Inactive. What does that mean? Benny Fowler.
Dumpster dive.
Oh, so stinky in this dumpster. Jaguars, Texans, Jags. Ooh, Marquise Lee out. AJ Bouye out. It's a big one. For the Texans, Taiwan Jones taking a seat. That's the only real concern there. Cardinals, Ravens. Andy Isabella is inactive for the Cardinals today. Jimmy Smith still inactive for the Ravens. Nothing crazy there. And, oh, look at that. Is that it? I don't have inactives for the 49ers or the Bengals yet, or Patriots. Oh, yep. Patriots, Dolphins. Here you go. Damian Harris inactive for the Patriots, as is Jacoby Myers. Okay. Albert Wilson, Myles Gaskin are the two notable.
For Miami.
What's that?
They're out for Miami. Miami's
trash. Miami's trash. Miami's garbage. All right, let's take a quick swing through the rest of the questions. Wow, look at that. It's already noon. How did it get to be noon on the East Coast already here? Mecole Hardman or Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson.
Malcolm Brown or Chris Thompson?
Malcolm Brown.
That's it. Boom. Questions answered. Jen, any final thoughts here today on what's going on?
No, I mean, I just want to go back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, if you have a gut feeling, guys, don't worry about it not being the right decision. Just play it. Have fun.
Yeah.
Follow your gut.
I agree completely. No doubt about it. Guys, if you have more questions, you need a second opinion. Again, I am not going to be on Twitter, so don't even ask me. Don't at me on Twitter. You're not going to get a response from me. Go to fantasyalarm.com. Use the chat feature there. You have tons of great analysts at your disposal. So that's going to do it for us here on Sunday's Game Day Chat. Big thanks to all of you for showing up, asking questions, joining in the fun, hitting us up with some good stuff. For Matt Sells, our producer, big thanks to him. For Jen Piacenti, I'm Howard Bender. This has been Fantasy Alarm, and we'll catch you next time.